mrparka here to do an update. Let me start right with a couple of VHSs I picked up. There's Something Following Me, which is from Briarwood Entertainment. They're a pretty cool company. They release Slaughter Tales, Swamphead, both fun stuff. Swamphead is amazing. I haven't got a chance to watch this one. Then we have the Rot VHS by Cult Movie Mania by Marcus Koch. A pretty cool punk movie. I haven't watched it, and I watched it I think last year again revisited it. Real gory. Has Joel D. Winecoop in there going nuts like always. Awesome stuff. Time for the Blu-rays. We have Argento's Dracula in 3D. Heard it's a pile of crap. Couldn't resist. I just couldn't. I don't know why. Probably because Argento's name on it and Rutger Hauer's in it. We Are What We Are, which I picked up. This is a remake. Nothing like the original. The original has at least a sense, a comedy element to it. This movie's really freaking serious. Really well acted, really well made, but for some reason I just did not enjoy this movie. I felt that it was really trite, if that makes any sense to anybody. But it was really well made, really well shot, and it's nice to see Eric Stanzi doing bigger things. I believe he was second unit or cinematographer on this movie. He was involved with it. But I think a lot of people like it. I thought that they were handling the film way too, like they had this like amazing story or something like that. It was just kind of fairly like, eh. But not a horrible movie, like I said, really well made. Then we have Flavia The Heretic. It's been a real long time since I've watched this, but this is the new Scorpion Blu-ray. This is a non-exploitation movie. If I remember pretty correctly, it's pretty much the epic non-exploitation movie. Then we have Cat People by Scream Factory. Never seen this movie. Picked it up for obvious reasons, Scream Factory, and I'd like to see it. We have Bad Milo, which I enjoyed. I reviewed this one. It's kind of like the bring back of the little monsters. The monster comes out of the guy's butt when he's stressed out. Pretty funny. Patrick Wilbert and Peter Stormare. Other people in this as well. I dug it. Funny stuff. The new Robocop Blu-ray. I heard this was remastered. It looks great. Really cheap. One of my all-time favorite movies ever made. Love it. Paul Verhoeven is the man. Along with Total Recall, Starship Troopers. Great movies. But, this is the unrated director's cut as well. Haven't I watched it? I heard that it looks good. But everybody should like Robocop. Then we got Scream Factory's Witchboard by Kevin Tenney. Haven't watched this in a long time. I remember being fairly happy with that movie when I did watch it. It was nowhere near as good as Night of the Demons, though, which I also picked up. One of my all-time favorites as well. Eatable Fuck, all the amazing, awesome stuff. 80s great horror movie right here. Really campy, tongue-in-cheek, but also kind of scary for me as well. I always love that movie. It takes place on Halloween. Mr. White reviewed this movie recently. I thought it was a pretty cool movie. I thought the first half was great. Second half was alright. I'd say check this one out if you guys can find it. There should be links under the review if you guys want to watch the review for more information. Dug this one about a kid getting revenge with this weird old urban legend. We have The Hole by Joe Dante, Blu-ray. I have the DVD of this. I haven't watched this. This is really cheap Blu-ray. Yeah, it's Joe Dante. Joe Dante's awesome. I heard this movie. Somebody said it's a lot like The Gate, my friend. Yeah, so it looks cool. Then we have, what is this, Haunter, which is an IFC movie. And you know what? This is really expensive at first, but on Amazon it was like 10 bucks just now, brand new. So I picked it up, grabbed it, figured why not? That's Haunter. Then we have Nazis at the Center of the Earth. How could I resist? It is an asylum, but I had heard good things about this one. So that's what I went with. Heard it's fun, actually. Then we have Zombie Night, which was like, I think it honestly was $2.10 brand new on Blu-ray. I think they made it as Asylum. I think that it was listed as a mistake on the site, so that can count shipping too, so I went with it. Nightmare City, Blu-ray by Raro. Love this movie. If you guys haven't seen Nightmare City, it's the ultimate cheese epic is what I'd call it. Love it, love it, love it. And you know what? Recently, this got some love in like a big newspaper, and I believe they called it like a giallo or like something that I was like, what? No, that is not. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I would never consider that one, but never know what some people consider some things. Then we have You're Next, which I wasn't too big of a fan of this movie either. I thought it wasn't horrible, and if it wouldn't have been so hyped up, it would have just been kind of like okay, that was better than expected. I hadn't heard much about it, but since it was so hyped up, it was really just average. Most of the kills were kind of crappy until the very end. Some of the things were very predictable. It's kind of like a hate letter to rich people, is what it seems like, to be honest. But, you know, there's some cool things in here. A lot of people like it. It's a home invasion movie. I really didn't like the villains. Really, I only liked one character in the entire movie. But that's your next. Larry Fessenden's in it for a little bit. There's some cool elements to it, just I was really disappointed with it. Then we have Dustin Mills' Kill That Bitch, which I just got today. I checked this one out. There'll be a review for it in a magazine upcoming called Monstrosity. I think my review will be in there. I'm not necessarily sure. It'll be released in April if you guys are interested. If you guys want to check the Facebook page out, go ahead and look. So I'm not going to review this one like I normally would, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was one of his best movies, actually. I thought it was a little different. I thought it was less, you know, it had a lot of more mystery to it and figure it out yourself type deal, which I thought was kind of cool. Then let's get into the DVDs. Here we go. It's going to be in random order. We have House of Flesh Mannequins, which I recently reviewed. A really nasty movie. Not necessarily a great movie, but lots of sex, torture, things like that. Dog Dick. Yeah, this just looks really odd. This guy's movie. First movie by James Bell. If you guys could actually feel the case, there's like felt on it. Looks really odd, really weird stuff here. I'm kind of interested to watch that one. Then we have Bloodstained Romance. I don't know much about this one. Didn't pay much for it. We have Defender, which is I got it pretty cheap. Has a freaking Woody Harrelson in it. Yeah, you know, it's kind of that superhero fight back thing deal. You know, they were super kick-ass. Why not? We have Bitten. I only got this because Jason Mewes is in it, and I thought that Jason Mewes in a rated R vampire movie is enough to me to warrant a check out for a couple bucks. Also, wait, I'll talk about it later. When we get in here, we have Cinco De Mayo by Slasher Video. They've been putting out a lot of stuff pretty quick. They also have Splatter Architects of Fear, which just came out. I'll probably be picking that up shortly, right next Thursday or so. That's Cinco de Mayo. This is like a throwback to shot on video slasher movies about a Mexican teacher just gets pushed to the limits and starts killing people. Zombie Pirates, really cool case. I guess this is like a throwback to like the Tombs of the Blind Dead. Hell's Highway is my Jeff Leroy's first one I picked up by him. I think I picked up a couple more too, but I haven't seen this one. Don't know much about it, but I heard good things about it from Dustin. And we have Lust of the Dead. This looks fun. It says first ever zombie movie made in Japan, which means those other ones that came from Japan I guess weren't made there. I don't know, or maybe it's older than those. Happy House, which the trailer looked really weird and interesting on this, and the back does too. It's in one of these weird cases though. Don't really like the case. I mean, it's different, but it'll probably get lost in all this crap. And then we have The Creepies, which is another Jeff Leroy movie. The Creepies. What a great name. I love that name. Then we have Splash Area, Night of the Freaks. This is a cool movie. If anybody's seen this, it's a British movie about a group of killer clowns that escape from some asylum. They run around on Halloween and they end up getting pitted against these kids that are trick-or-treating, and they have like a fight. It's just like, it's not like the most amazingly made movie ever, but it's non-stop action and fun. I would check that one out. I enjoyed it. It's low budget, but I enjoy low budget films, obviously, and I dug that one. That was a Splash Area. Then we have Trauma, which is AKA I want to say Schoolgirl Killer or something like that, but it's it's one of those Full House grindhouse deals, so it's not going to be remastered. I probably already have it on 12 other editions. We have Extinction, which is a zombie movie, not very expensive. Phase 4. Self Storage. Again, wasn't very expensive. Michael Berryman's in it. Eric Roberts. Tommy Dreamer. ECW guys. I just saw that on the back. Deadly Presence. From Brain Damage. I got this to review. And you know what? It's a pretty subtle but solid ghost movie. Ghost story. And I'm not big into ghost stories. I enjoyed it. Dante Tomaselli's new movie. Torture Chamber. I've seen his other movies. Satan's Playground. Whore, which I dug. And there's another one that I'm trying to think. It's skipping me. Desecration. And, I enjoyed them all except I wasn't a big fan of Satan's Playground. The other two were pretty cool. That's Torture Chamber. Not a big fan of that case. Then we have from Scorpion, The Power. Scorpion is actually one of the better companies out here coming out now. And you know, Scorpion's one of the ones that it's been doing great stuff for a while. It's just not. It's doing a lot of movies, but there's a lot of movies taking the companies taking the spotlight. I mean, Scream Factory's just taking the spotlight on everyone, and with you know, with they should, because they're just doing an amazing job. But there's still some great companies still out there doing good stuff. We have Devil's Pass. What else do we got? Stag Night of the Dead. It's going to get messy. It most certainly is. 50 Dead Men Walking. I got this because, you know, it seemed like it had a good cast in here. It's got Jim Sturgis, Ben Kingsley, Rose McGowan. I like this guy ever since I seen him in the movie Across the Universe, and I believe it's the same guy in Heartless, which I enjoy. Heartless is a totally underrated movie. By Philip Ridley, I want to say. Boys Behind Bars. This is supposed to be like, it looks like your throwback to, like, you know, girls in prison movies. I would say it's really just kind of like a slow drama with not much happening. But Head Trauma. I think this is my second copy of Bangkok Haunted. I think this is an accident, but again, it wasn't very expensive. Then we have Rot, the DVD. Again, Marcus Koch, I got the deal. You know, the DVD VHS. Very cool. If you guys are into the low budget, you know, shot on video, gore, splattery things, then check out Rot. This movie I thought was pretty damn cool. Chastity Bites, I reviewed it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. It's about, you know, the Duchess Countess who used to bathe in blood. She's like, comes back to the school and teaches chastity so she can get the virgin blood of the women, the girls. It's pretty cool. I thought the plot was fun, and I thought it was like kind of, you know, did a funny portrayal of high school, which I dug. We have Real Zombies by Synapse. Seeing Heaven, which is from Breaking Glass, which is like this art house, gay, I don't know, softcore thing. Less horror, I guess, than I expected, but there'll be a review for this sometime. Fresh Meat, which is kind of a fun, I think it's an Aussie flick or a Kiwi flick, but it's basically about these criminals that mess with the wrong freaking family. They end up being cannibals. The dad wants to be like some ancient god or something. House Rule for Bad Girls. This one, there's a couple of decent things, but it's not really a good movie. I didn't typically enjoy that movie. We have Preservation by Adam Soletto, which is like this kind of extreme movie. I didn't dig the religious aspects in it. I thought they were kind of corny. And, you know, the first half is supposed to be like really super, but it turns into a slasher movie in the second half. I don't know, some people might dig this for the extreme nature of it, but I'll check out the director's work that comes out afterwards, but I wasn't the biggest fan of that one. We have Serial Killer's Revenge, which kind of packages as some like hardcore horror movie on the cover, but really it's just like kind of like a you know, a thriller or drama movie. We have Phantom of the Grindhouse, which is a Chris Seaver movie. Really cheesy musical about a phantom who is obsessed with Michael Jackson and Prince and kills people. There's some decent funny moments in that, but it's kind of just pretty freaking retarded. We have Quick, which I have not watched. Blood Runs Cold, have not seen, heard good things about it. I think Jason Pace said this was one of his best movies of the year. Return of the Killer Shrews, couldn't resist. Oh, and that CGI in the back looks like crap. Zombie Hunter, Danny Trejo, heard he's in it for like 3 seconds, but you know, I fell for it. And I didn't buy it just for Danny Trejo. Twixt, which is actually directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Val Kilmer. That could be odd. That's going to be an odd experience if I ever get to it. We have Dracula 2000. I don't know, I was like, man, I remember when that movie came out, what was it, 14 years ago? I would have been 27. I would have been like 13. And you know what? This is all over the place in here. I don't really care. I didn't hate it then, but it doesn't mean anything now. This is Wes Craven Presents. No One Lives. Again, not very expensive. Is this one of the WWE horror movies they produced? Yeah. Looked kind of gory. Didn't look great, though. Wild Country. Shiver with Danielle Harris and, you know, what's that guy's name? John Jarrett from, you know, Wolf Creek. What else do we have here? Static. Evil Come, Evil Go, Oh You Beautiful Doll, and Window Blue. 3 movies from Vinegar Syndrome. Then we have Trashology from Slasher Video. This got released quite a bit ago, but I just picked it up. I had a screener copy to review. Picked up the real copy. The Dark Sleep, which is what is this Brent Piper's new movie? I did not really like this movie. I thought it was kind of didn't really go where it could have went. I thought the rat thing was really cool though. Tears of Kali, which is unrated director's cut. I never had heard this till recently, and it was dirt cheap, so I grabbed it. It's supposed to be kind of weird, crazy. Then we have Sparrow. Again, these weren't very expensive. Peakorama, Abduction of American Playgirl, and Winter Heat, 2 from Vinegar Syndrome. These weren't very expensive. Exhumed, an epic anthology of the undead. This is by the guy who, Brian Clement, who did the Meat Market movies and Binge and Purge. This is the only one I have by him. Demon, which is a really bad movie I got to review, with Joel D. Wynkoop as the highlight, but the sound and, you know, the lighting and things like that are just awful. Dead of the Night, which is an okay movie, found footage movie. Tony Todd really does a good job, and the cop. But the found footage stuff is really typical. Not a horrible movie, but nothing amazing. Dead Before Dawn. This one I was surprised by. It's kind of like a rendition of Midnight Hour. It's fun. These kids unleash these crazy demons, which is half demon, half zombies. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. Christopher Lloyd's in it. I laughed a lot, and I think other people enjoy this as well. You know, I don't know. It got a bad rep on Internet Movie Database. I don't know. Maybe it got to the wrong audience. Gone Dark, which is a low-budget Quentin Tarantino-inspired movie. Wasn't a big fan of this. I thought that the dialogue was too heavy for it. It was kind of just a mess. After Effect, which I haven't got a chance to watch. Slaughter Daughter, which I thought was pretty decent. I didn't expect much out of it, and I was happy with it. It was pretty cool. Hotel Inferno, Necrostorm's new movie. Pretty gory stuff here. If you guys like the splatter, then check this one out for sure. They also did, you guys remember Adam Chaplin and Tater City. There's a review for that one. Antisocial, which a lot of people didn't like this, but I enjoyed it. Maybe it's just the concept for me I liked, but a lot of people hated the movie. I dug it. You know, kind of a virus movie, everybody trapped inside deal. Antisocial does a good point on social media and things like that. And last but certainly not least, a screener copy of Morris County from Beneath the Underground. This is a promo copy. There'll be this will actually be released by Beneath the Underground shortly. If you guys are interested, check out the Facebook page and the website for Beneath the Underground. It's like I said, it's a cool little site that has like a bunch of independent news about horror movies and films like that, and I'll be like kind of like my reviews will stream from there as well as other reviewers. You guys know Tanner and Fangirl Sarah and Scratchy Pete and Mario. They're all on there. If you guys know who their reviews, they're all good reviewers and whatnot. And this movie was freaking awesome. I did a review for this one as well. I'll put a link for it. But if this sounds like it's up your alley, then check that out when it gets released. That is my update. I don't think I have anything else to show you. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.